incredible underwater discovery off the coast of a Greek island. That is where divers found a massive marble head from a 2,000-year-old shipwreck.
Impossible cities, technologies lost to time, and ancient wonders that defy logic. Throughout history, humans have left behind traces of their existence that challenge our understanding of the past.
Archaeologists in Britain say they've made an astonishing find. They believe they've uncovered the remains of long-lost royalty. He happens to be King Richard III.
Join us as we show you the most mysterious archaeological discoveries. Number 20. Mitla mosaics. In the heart of Oaxaca, Mexico, lies a treasure trove of ancient art and architecture that has captivated archaeologists and historians for decades. The Mitla mosaics, created by the Zapotec people, also known as the Cloud People, are a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of this ancient civilization. The Zapotec people settled in the area as early as 500 BC and built a thriving city that became a center of culture and religion. Among the many impressive structures they left behind, the Mitla mosaics stand out as a true marvel of ancient art. These intricate mosaics cover the walls of selected buildings, forming huge graphic ornamental patterns that stretch as far as the eye can see. The level of precision and skill required to create these mosaics is truly astounding. Thousands upon thousands of stone tiles, each precisely cut and fitted together, form jagged lines that sweep across the walls in a mesmerizing display of symmetry and balance. The purpose of these ornamental walls remains a mystery to this day. Some theories suggest that the patterns held ominous powers or encrypted codes, while others believe they served a more practical purpose as decorative elements. Regardless of their intended meaning, the visual impact of the Mitla mosaics is undeniable. Number 19. Statue Head. In the depths of the Mediterranean Sea, a remarkable discovery was made on June 2022. Marine archaeologists exploring the same ancient shipwreck that yielded the famous Antikythera mechanism stumbled upon a treasure that had been lost to the ages, a 2,000-year-old marble head believed to depict the Roman demigod Hercules. The shipwreck, located off the coast of Greece, has been a source of fascination for archaeologists since its initial discovery by sponge divers in the 1900s. For more than a century, researchers have carefully studied and documented the site, uncovering a wealth of artifacts that provide a glimpse into the ancient world. But the discovery of the marble head was a particularly exciting moment. Measuring approximately 2 feet in height and weighing several hundred pounds, the sculpture is an impressive example of Roman artistry and craftsmanship. According to researchers, this marble head likely belongs to the headless statue Hercules of Antikythera, which is housed at the National Archaeological Museum in Greece and was previously retrieved over a century ago. But the statue head is not the only remarkable find to emerge from the shipwreck in recent years. Archaeologists have also discovered 2 human teeth embedded in the marine deposits surrounding the site. Number 18. Black Death. For centuries, the Black Death has been remembered as one of the deadliest pandemics in human history, claiming the lives of millions across Europe and Asia in the 14th century. But despite its devastating impact, the origins of this terrible disease have long been a mystery. Now, thanks to a groundbreaking discovery by researchers in Kyrgyzstan, we may finally have an answer. By examining medieval tombstones near Lake Issyk-Kul, scientists have uncovered evidence suggesting that the Black Death may have begun in this remote region of Central Asia. The tombstones, dating back to the years 1338 and 1339, bear inscriptions indicating that the individuals buried beneath them died of a pestilence, a term commonly used to describe outbreaks of disease in the Middle Ages. But it was the sheer number of burials that caught the researchers' attention. In the cemeteries of Karajigach and Burana, near Lake Issyk-Kul, archaeologists found a disproportionately high number of graves from this 2-year period, suggesting that the region had been hit by a major epidemic. To confirm their suspicions, the scientists opened the graves of 3 individuals and discovered the presence of plague bacterium in all of them. This remarkable find suggests that the Black Death may have originated in the heart of Central Asia, far from the busy trade routes and urban centers of Europe and the Middle East. From here, the disease likely spread westward along the Silk Road, carried by merchants and travelers who unwittingly spread the deadly contagion across the continent. Number 17. Oklahoma Runestones. In the heart of Oklahoma, a state better known for its wide-open prairies and red dirt hills than for its Viking heritage, a startling discovery has raised questions about the true extent of Norse exploration in the Americas. The Heavener Runestone, a massive slab of sandstone inscribed with cryptic symbols and runes, has long been a source of fascination for historians and archaeologists. But it was only recently that experts were able to confirm that the carvings on the stone are indeed of Viking origin, dating back to the 9th or 10th century CE. The discovery of the Heavener Runestone, along with several other similar artifacts found in the region, suggests that Norse explorers may have ventured far deeper into the North American continent than previously believed. While the famous Viking settlement at Lonso Meadows in Newfoundland, Canada, has long been considered the westernmost extent of Norse exploration, the Oklahoma stones hint at a much more extensive presence. But the true significance of the Heavener Runestone may lie in the message it conveys. The runes on the stone have been translated to read Gloam's Valley, a reference to a location that is yet to be identified. Some experts have suggested that the valley in question may be a reference to the nearby Arkansas River Valley, while others believe it may refer to a mythical location in Norse folklore. Number 16. Greek dragon houses. High in the mountains of Euboea, a Greek island steeped in myth and legend, a group of explorers made a startling discovery in 1797. Scattered across the rugged terrain, they found more than 20 rectangular buildings constructed from massive stone slabs, each one shrouded in mystery and intrigue. These structures, now known as the Greek dragon houses, have captured the imagination of archaeologists and historians for centuries. The sheer size and scale of the buildings are impressive, with stone slabs weighing hundreds of pounds. But it's the stories and legends surrounding the dragon houses that truly captivate the mind. According to local folklore, these buildings were once the homes of powerful dragons, mythical creatures with superhuman strength and abilities. Others believe the structures served as ancient temples, where sacrifices and religious rituals were performed to appease the gods. Number 15. The Dare Stones. The lost colony of Roanoke Island has long been one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. The story of the 117 English settlers who vanished without a trace from their North Carolina colony in the late 16th century.
About 115 men, women, and children, along with John White, the governor, arrived off the coast of North Carolina.
Has captured the imagination of generations of historians, archaeologists, and amateur sleuths alike. But in recent years, a series of strange and cryptic stones discovered in the region has added a new layer of intrigue to the already tangled web of the Roanoke mystery. The so-called Dare Stones, named after one of the lost colonists, Eleanor Dare, have been the subject of intense scrutiny and debate among experts and enthusiasts alike. The first of the Dare Stones was discovered in 1937 by a man named Lewis Hammond, who claimed to have found the stone while hunting near the Chowan River in North Carolina. The stone, which measures about 21 inches long and 16 inches wide, is inscribed with a message purportedly written by Eleanor Dare herself, describing the fate of the lost colonists. According to the inscription, the colonists had been forced to flee Roanoke Island after a series of conflicts with the local Native American tribes. The message goes on to describe a journey inland, during which many of the colonists, including Eleanor's husband and daughter, were killed by hostile warriors. The stone ends with a plea for help, and a promise to leave more stones along the way to guide any would-be rescuers. In the decades since the discovery of the first Dare Stone, several more stones have been found, each with its own cryptic message and tantalizing clues about the fate of the lost colonists. But the authenticity of the stones has been a matter of fierce debate among experts, with some dismissing them as elaborate hoaxes, and others insisting that they may hold the key to solving the centuries-old mystery of the lost colony. Number 14. Skeletons in Berenike. In the sands of Egypt's Red Sea coast, archaeologists have unearthed a perplexing discovery that has left them scratching their heads. In the ancient port city of Berenike, a cluster of skeletons was found huddled together in stone boxes, their lower limbs resting upon their chests, in a manner that has never before been recorded in Egyptian burial practices. The peculiar positioning of the bodies, believed to belong to the elite members of Berenike's society, has sparked a wave of speculation and intrigue among experts. Some have suggested that the unusual arrangement may have been a form of ritual or symbolic burial, while others have proposed that it could have been a practical measure to save space in the tombs. The skeletons themselves have undergone extensive analysis, revealing tantalizing details about the individuals they once were. The remains are largely intact, with many of the bones still bearing the marks of the ropes or bindings that were used to contort the bodies into their unusual positions. Intriguingly, the stone boxes in which the skeletons were found also contained a wealth of grave goods, including delicate glass vessels, intricate jewelry, and finely crafted ceramics. These artifacts suggest that the deceased were indeed members of the upper echelons of Berenike society, and that their unusual burial was a matter of choice rather than necessity. Number 13. The oldest footprints in North America. In the shifting sands of New Mexico's White Sands National Park, a trail of footprints stretches back in time, offering a glimpse into the lives of the earliest known inhabitants of the Americas.
When humans first populated North America and how they arrived has long been a matter of spirited debate.
These ancient tracks, recently dated to between 21,000 and 23,000 years old, are the oldest human footprints ever discovered in North America, and they are rewriting the history of human migration and settlement in the New World. The footprints, which include tracks from both adults and children, were first spotted by a sharp-eyed park visitor in 2009. Since then, researchers have been working to uncover the secrets of these ancient tracks, using cutting-edge dating techniques and painstaking analysis to piece together the story of the people who left them behind. What they have found is astonishing. The footprints suggest that humans were present in the Americas during the height of the last ice age, when vast glaciers covered much of the continent, and the landscape was a frigid, inhospitable tundra. The discovery of the White Sands footprints has reignited the debate over the timing and route of human migration into the Americas. Traditional models have suggested that the first Americans arrived via a land bridge from Asia around 13,000 years ago. But the White Sands tracks push that date back by nearly 10,000 years, raising questions about how and when people first reached the New World. Number 12. Richard III's grave. Beneath a nondescript parking lot in the English city of Leicester, a remarkable discovery lay hidden for centuries. In 2012, archaeologists uncovered the long-lost grave of King Richard III, the notorious monarch whose short reign and violent death on the battlefield have captivated historians and storytellers for generations. Richard III, the last king of England to die in combat, perished in 1485 at the Battle of Bosworth Field, the decisive clash of the Wars of the Roses. His death marked the end of the Plantagenet dynasty and ushered in the Tudor era, a pivotal moment in English history. But despite his prominence, the location of Richard's final resting place remained a mystery for more than 500 years. That all changed when a team of archaeologists, acting on a hunch and a bit of historical detective work, began excavating a city council parking lot in central Leicester. Beneath the asphalt and concrete, they uncovered the foundations of a long-demolished medieval church. And within those ruins, they found a single, hastily dug grave.
A fresh interest in Richard led to the discovery of his suspected remains. And it took 2 Canadians to help solve the mystery.
The skeleton within was badly damaged, with the skull bearing the marks of multiple violent blows. But the curved spine and battle wounds matched historical accounts of Richard's appearance and demise, and subsequent DNA testing confirmed that the remains were indeed those of the lost king. Number 11. Madaba map. In the heart of Jordan, a remarkable discovery was made beneath the floor of a Byzantine church in the ancient city of Madaba. Dating back to the 6th century CE, the Madaba map is an extraordinary mosaic that depicts the Middle East in intricate detail, offering a rare glimpse into the world of early Christian pilgrims and scholars. Spanning an impressive 52 feet in length and 20 feet in width, the Madaba map is the oldest surviving cartographic representation of the Holy Land. At its center lies a detailed depiction of Jerusalem, the sacred city revered by Christians, Jews, and Muslims alike. The mosaic showcases the city's walls, gates, and iconic landmarks, such as the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and the Dome of the Rock, with astounding precision. But the Madaba map's significance extends far beyond its artistic brilliance. It serves as an invaluable record of the region's geography and toponymy, preserving the names and locations of countless ancient cities, towns, and religious sites. From the Dead Sea to the Nile Delta, the map covers a vast expanse of the Middle East, offering a tantalizing glimpse into a world long lost to time. Interestingly, the Madaba map has played a crucial role in rediscovering and identifying many biblical sites. By comparing the locations depicted on the mosaic with descriptions found in ancient texts, scholars have been able to pinpoint the whereabouts of places such as Bethlehem, Jericho, and the elusive city of Sodom. Number 10. Ancient Greek amphorae. In the war-torn lands of Ukraine, a chance discovery by soldiers digging trenches has uncovered a treasure trove of ancient history. In the port city of Odessa, known in antiquity as Odysseus, Ukrainian troops stumbled upon a collection of ancient Greek amphorae, large ceramic jars used for transporting wine, oil, and other commodities across the Mediterranean world. The amphorae, believed to date back some 2,500 years to the 6th century BCE, are a testament to the rich history and cultural exchange that once flourished along the Black Sea coast. Odysseus, founded by Greek colonists from Miletus, was a thriving center of trade and commerce, with ships laden with goods from across the Greek world passing through its harbors. Experts believe the amphorae may have contained wine or olive oil, two of the most valuable commodities in the ancient world. The presence of these containers in Odysseus suggests that the city was not only a hub of trade but also a center of consumption, with wealthy residents and visiting merchants alike indulging in the finest products of the Greek world. Number 9. Göbekli Tepe. In the dusty plains of southeastern Turkey, a remarkable discovery has rewritten the history of human civilization. Göbekli Tepe, a sprawling complex of massive stone pillars and circular structures, has been hailed as the world's oldest temple and the birthplace of religion, dating back an astonishing 11,000 years to the Neolithic period.
Göbekli Tepe is an incredibly sophisticated site. There's a very important message they were purposefully sending to us.
The site, first uncovered in the 1960s but only fully excavated in the 1990s, consists of a series of enormous limestone pillars, some standing over 18 feet tall and weighing up to 50 tons. These monoliths are arranged in circular patterns and adorned with intricate carvings of animals, humans, and abstract symbols, hinting at a complex system of beliefs and rituals that predate the rise of agriculture and settled communities. What makes Göbekli Tepe truly extraordinary is its sheer scale and sophistication. The construction of the site would have required an immense amount of labor and coordination, with hundreds of people working together to quarry, transport, and erect the massive stones. This level of organization and social complexity was previously thought to have emerged only with the advent of farming and the rise of cities. But Göbekli Tepe challenges that assumption. Number 8. The Serapeum of Alexandria. Deep beneath the bustling streets of Alexandria, Egypt, lies a forgotten wonder of the ancient world. The Serapeum, a vast complex that once housed the legendary daughter library of the Great Library of Alexandria. Discovered in the mid-1940s, this awe-inspiring site served as one of the greatest centers of learning in human history, drawing scholars and intellectuals from across the Mediterranean. The Serapeum, named after the Greco-Egyptian god Serapis, was more than just a library. It was a temple dedicated to knowledge, a place where the boundaries between religion and science blurred. Within its walls, thousands of scrolls and texts were housed, covering subjects ranging from astronomy and mathematics to philosophy and literature. Built during the reign of Ptolemy III in the 3rd century BCE, the Serapeum was a marvel of ancient engineering. Its towering columns and cavernous halls were designed to inspire a sense of reverence and wonder, while its intricate system of tunnels and chambers provided ample space for the storage and study of precious manuscripts. Tragically, the Serapeum met the same fate as its famous parent institution. In the late 4th century CE, during a period of religious upheaval, the complex was destroyed by a Christian mob, its scrolls burned, and its statues smashed. For centuries, the ruins lay buried beneath the sands of time, waiting to be rediscovered. Number 7. Sutton Hoo. In the picturesque English countryside of Suffolk, a curious series of earthen mounds had long piqued the interest of locals and archaeologists alike. Little did they know that beneath one of these unassuming hillocks lay a treasure trove that would rewrite the history of early medieval Britain. The Sutton Hoo ship burial. Discovered in 1939, the Sutton Hoo site proved to be an Anglo-Saxon burial ground of unparalleled richness and significance. At its heart was an enormous ship, measuring some 88 feet in length, interred with a wealth of grave goods that spoke to the power and prestige of the individual laid to rest within. The burial, dated to the early 7th century CE, contained an astonishing array of artifacts, from intricately crafted gold and garnet jewelry to silver bowls and drinking horns. Among the most spectacular finds was the Sutton Hoo helmet, a masterpiece of Anglo-Saxon craftsmanship featuring an ornate face mask and elaborate decorative panels. But who was the mysterious occupant of this opulent grave? Many scholars believe it was none other than Redwald, the powerful king of East Anglia who ruled during the early 600s. As a member of the Wolfengas dynasty, Redwald would have been a figure of immense importance, with ties to the legendary god Woden himself. Number 6. Tutankhamun's tomb. In the heart of Egypt's Valley of the Kings, a once-forgotten pharaoh lay undisturbed for millennia, his final resting place lost to the sands of time. That is, until 1922, when British archaeologist Howard Carter made a discovery that would captivate the world: the tomb of Tutankhamun. Sealed beneath the desert sands for over 3,200 years, King Tut's tomb was a treasure trove beyond compare. As Carter and his team carefully navigated the labyrinthine chambers, they were greeted by a dazzling array of artifacts: glistening golden shrines, delicate jewelry, and exquisitely crafted statues, all testament to the young pharaoh's wealth and power. But it was the inner burial chamber that held the greatest wonder of all. There, resting within a series of nested coffins, lay the mummy of Tutankhamun himself, his features forever frozen in peaceful repose. Upon his head sat the iconic golden death mask, a masterpiece of ancient Egyptian artistry that has become synonymous with the boy king's legacy. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb was a watershed moment in the field of Egyptology. Never before had a royal burial been found so intact, offering an unprecedented glimpse into the funerary practices and beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. The sheer opulence of the grave goods, from the gilded shrines to the intricately inlaid furniture, spoke to the immense wealth and sophistication of the New Kingdom era. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. In 2019, in Vietnam, a group of unsuspecting locals were tending to their garden when their shovels struck something far more sinister than soil. As they carefully unearthed the object, its immense size and peculiar shape became apparent. It was an 8-foot-tall, 2,000-pound behemoth, an unexploded bomb, a chilling relic of a war that had ended decades ago. The discovery sent shockwaves through the community, prompting a swift response from local authorities, who recognized the urgent need to neutralize the threat. Military experts were called in, who safely removed the dangerous ordnance for disposal. What are your thoughts on this incident? Share your thoughts in the comments. Number 5. Knossos. The sun-bleached ruins of Knossos spread across the Cretan landscape are a tapestry woven with threads of myth, history, and artistry. Once a bustling center of power and culture, its labyrinthine halls and vibrant frescoes offer a unique window into the Bronze Age world. The story of Knossos is one of myth and mystery, of powerful kings and skilled artisans, of a society that flourished at the dawn of European history. According to legend, it was here that the great hero Theseus battled the fearsome Minotaur, a half-man, half-bull creature that lurked within the twisting corridors of the palace. But the truth behind the myth is no less fascinating. Knossos was indeed a place of wonder, a sprawling complex of over 1,300 intricately decorated rooms, halls, and courtyards, all arranged around a central court. The palace was a marvel of ancient engineering, with sophisticated water management systems, advanced plumbing, and even a form of air circulation that kept the rooms cool in the sweltering Mediterranean heat. But the glory of Knossos was not to last. Around 1450 BCE, a series of disasters struck the city, from earthquakes to invasions, and the palace was ultimately destroyed and abandoned. For centuries, the ruins lay forgotten, buried beneath the sands of time. It was not until the early 20th century that Knossos was rediscovered, thanks to the tireless efforts of British archaeologist Sir Arthur Evans. Evans and his team uncovered the palace complex layer by layer, revealing the full extent of its grandeur and complexity. Number 4. Machu Picchu. High in the misty peaks of the Peruvian Andes, an ancient city lies waiting to be discovered. This is Machu Picchu, the legendary lost city of the Incas, whose ruins have captured the imaginations of explorers and adventurers for over a century. The story of Machu Picchu's rediscovery reads like something out of an Indiana Jones movie. In 1911, an American historian named Hiram Bingham was searching for the fabled last capital of the Inca Empire, a city known as Vilcabamba. But what he found instead was something even more incredible: a sprawling complex of stone buildings, terraces, and temples, all perched on a narrow ridge, some 7,970 feet above sea level. As Bingham and his team began to explore the ruins, they were struck by the sheer scale and sophistication of the city's architecture. The Incas had carved the buildings directly into the mountainside, using precision masonry techniques that allowed the stones to fit together perfectly without mortar. The result was a city that seemed to grow organically from the landscape, as if it had always been there. But what was Machu Picchu, and why was it built? The truth is, we still don't know for certain. Some scholars believe it was a royal retreat for Inca emperors, a place of rest and relaxation away from the hustle and bustle of the capital city of Cusco. Others suggest it may have been a sacred religious site, a place where the Inca elite could perform rituals and make offerings to their gods. Number 3. Tikal. Deep in the heart of the Guatemalan rainforest, a lost city lies waiting to be explored. This is Tikal, one of the largest and most impressive pre-Columbian Maya settlements in the Americas, whose towering pyramids and sprawling plazas have captured the imaginations of archaeologists and adventurers for over a century. The story of Tikal is one of grandeur and mystery, of powerful kings and skilled artisans, of a civilization that flourished for over 1,000 years before vanishing into the mists of time. At its height, Tikal was home to an estimated 90,000 people, with a complex society that rivaled any in the ancient world. It's easy to see why this city has long been considered one of the greatest archaeological treasures of the Maya world. The centerpiece of the site is the Great Plaza, a vast open space flanked by towering pyramids and palaces. The tallest of these structures, known as Temple 4, soars some 230 feet into the air, offering breathtaking views of the surrounding jungle canopy. Despite decades of research and excavation, archaeologists are still piecing together the complex history of this ancient metropolis. Number 2. Lucy. In the scorched plains of Ethiopia, a remarkable discovery was made in 1974 that would forever change our understanding of human evolution. There, buried beneath the sand and rock, lay the skeletal remains of a young female hominid, her bones still arranged in the positions they had held for over 3.2 million years. They named her Lucy. A member of the species Australopithecus afarensis, this discovery revolutionized the field of paleoanthropology. Though small and unassuming at just 3 feet 7 inches tall and 64 pounds, Lucy's bones held clues to some of the greatest mysteries of human origins. As scientists painstakingly studied her remains, they began to piece together a picture of a species that walked upright on 2 legs, yet still retained many of the traits of its ape-like ancestors.
Now, of course, if this were all articulated properly, you know, the vertebrae on top of one another.
Lucy's pelvis and knee joints showed clear adaptations for bipedalism, while her curved fingers and toes suggested a life spent both on the ground and in the trees. But perhaps most intriguingly, Lucy's small, ape-like brain cast doubt on the long-held assumption that human intelligence evolved in tandem with bipedalism. Instead, her discovery hinted at a more complex and nuanced story of human origins, one in which different traits emerged at different times and in response to different selective pressures. Number 1. Kummakivi. Deep in the enchanted forests of Finland, where folklore and reality intertwine, lies a geological wonder that defies explanation. Kummakivi, or the Strange Stone, is a massive boulder precariously balanced atop another rounded rock, creating a gravity-defying spectacle that has captivated visitors for centuries. The enormous stone, weighing an estimated 500 tons and measuring around 20 feet in length, appears to be frozen in time, teetering on the brink of collapse. Yet, despite its precarious position, Kummakivi has remained unmoved for thousands of years, even withstanding the forces of the harsh Finnish winters. Legend has it that the peculiar formation was the handiwork of mischievous trolls, who hurled the gigantic rock as a display of their superhuman strength. These mythical creatures, deeply rooted in Finnish mythology, are said to inhabit the dense forests and have a penchant for playing tricks on unsuspecting travelers. However, geologists have a more earthly explanation for Kummakivi's existence. They believe that the strange stone was likely deposited by a retreating glacier during the last ice age, some 12,000 years ago. As the ice slowly melted, it gently placed the boulder onto the rounded stone beneath, creating a natural wonder that has endured the test of time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.